Next helpful thing in Google. Hopefully you've created all of your folders for your classes. Now I want to talk to you about Google Docs. And really this will work in most of the Google Slides, Google Docs, but I want you to go up here to Tools. If you haven't done already, I want you to look at Tools. Number 1, Spelling and Grammar. These are all not turned on. Please turn them on, because when you're typing and working out things, these will help you correct your spelling and grammar, which is important in high school. I also want you to see that right here, dictionary, that can also help you. And for any of you, say, I don't know, taking a Spanish course, if you need to translate some of your information, or if you get something from your teacher in Spanish and you need it translated, Google will do that for you. But the big one I want you to see is right here, voice type. So you could hit Control-Shift-S. So let me try that first. Control-Shift-S. Oh, look at that. Now it popped up and it says use your microphone. Yes, I'd love Google to use my microphone. Oh, and look, and it turned it on right there. Period. So hopefully you can see that there is a red microphone on the left-hand side of my screen. And when that microphone is red, it will type everything that I say and tell it. Period. Return. So it won't go to the next paragraph for you, and it won't indent for you. However, it will type everything that you are saying, period. When you talk into this microphone, please think about what you're going to say before you say it, period. And if for any reason you goof up, you can either stop the microphone by clicking on it, which it'll turn black and white, period. And then you can go back and edit it yourself, period. If you notice, every time that I want it to stop a sentence, just like when we're typing and writing a sentence, I say the word period. If I want to show how much excitement I have for something, I say exclamation point. If I'm asking a question and I'd like to know if this is working, question mark. Now, hopefully you all just saw how awesome that was. Now, that'll work for you if you're working with a teacher and maybe they're talking about stuff and you're watching a video and they may be going too fast or asking you to take some notes. The teacher is talking to you and is giving you notes, say in social studies, period. And they talk a lot and they talk fast and they'd like you to take the notes that they're telling you about the Great War of 1812, period. But you can't keep up because you're not that great of a note taker, just like Mr. Franco, period. So you're going to use the accessibility tools to help you get the notes that you need, period. Is this foolproof? No, it's not, period. Because if you look and see, instead of typing Mrs. D. Franco, period, they put Mr. Franco, period. So you will have to go back and look, but I will show you in a future video how you can use the accessibility tools to read this to you, period. You can turn this on and have a YouTube video playing or any other video playing, period. And again, like I said, it's not foolproof, which means it may make mistakes. This is a great tool for you to use to not only help you take notes in classes, but also to help you write, period. So say you have a class that asks you to write a few sentences or a paragraph and gives you a writing prompt, period. But all you have is your phone, or you're not that great of a typer. Now you have something that will help you type all of your ideas out, period. Again, even though it helps you type all of your ideas out, you will still have to go back and edit what you have said because it is not perfect, period. Hopefully you can see on my screen all of those dotted underlines, period. Those dotted underlines are telling me that through the accessibilities that I already have turned on in Google, that I have made mistakes or grammatical errors that my teachers may say are wrong and dock me points on or take away points, period. But what I really just wanted you to see is that this will help you, period. Now, Mr. Franco teaches math, period. So how does this do when we're talking about a mathematical equation, period? So let's try and see what it does, period. Y equals mx plus b equals 27 the square root of 8, period. So see, it's not that perfect, and it may not work for math, but luckily you have me, and you can tell me if I need to give you a completed copy of the notes, which I would be more than happy to if you just tell me, period. However, if you have a teacher who is telling you about how Napoleon Bonaparte used the French army to invade, period, this might be actually pretty decent for you and may help you, period. Or if you have a teacher that says, I want to know how video games have impacted you and the community that you live in, period. You can then say, I love video games, period. I love the violence. However, I think that violence has overrun my community and I am concerned about it, period. But I don't necessarily think that video games have brought violence into my community, but they may have added to the continuation of it, period. Now, again, this is just an example, and I'm really just talking, but I just want you to see that I have almost a full page, and if we were then to go back and make sure that all of this was grammatically correct and double spaced it and made a 12-point font, which it's not, we may almost have 2 full pages of writing, period. For those of you that have trouble writing but have no problem talking, this may be a very good accommodation for you or accessibility feature for you to use, period. Oh, look at that. We're on 2 pages, period. Now I'm going to click and turn off my microphone and see